Hi everyone, Bob Huey here from Wild Rose Toastmasters, and we're speaking today with Samuel. Samuel is actually the newest member of Wild Rose Toastmasters. I mean that could change any minute, but at this point he's the newest member. So welcome to the club again, Samuel. We're so glad to have you as a member in our club. I'm going to ask you some of the same questions I've asked everybody else when I've done these interviews. Tell us a little bit about you and tell us a little bit about your Toastmaster journey.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity of having this chat with you, Bob. In terms of me, my name is Simon Aderemi, and I've been in Edmonton for the past, I think, about 14 years now. In terms of what brought me to White Rose, I would say apparently it was Tony that actually introduced me. I was actually looking for another club. I was looking for clubs that I can actually join, and he just mentioned Wild Rose. There's Wild Rose down the road, and there is another one. I said, "Oh, why not? Let me take the time to just check them out to find out what they do." In terms of one thing that was not evident to me when I was joining was I never realized that Wild Rose was an advanced club, and I
Mm,
didn't even know what advanced clubs mean anyway. So, in terms of my journey in Toastmaster, I'm very, very new in Toastmaster. I joined Toastmaster last year,
wow.
April. I'm just about a year old in Toastmaster. So, and I'm kind of just very curious about what Toastmaster is all about. I've heard about it before, but never get to,
Okay.
embrace it. And I just want to learn more about it. I was curious. I was in another club. I think it's a regular club. I will call it a regular club now. Now that I know there's advanced club and there's a regular club.
Yeah.
So it's just about being curious. I'm actually keen to find a place where I can come home and a place where I can actually speak more. I just want to. I've done Maxwell leadership certification training. That's just training and it's just one of talk, right? I need a platform where I can actually do more of talking and
Mhm.
speaking and those kind of, and learn from leaders as well, learn from people that are very experienced. And one thing that Tony said about Wide Roads when I was joining was that he said something about the experience of people that are in Wide Roads. He said some people have been there for over 40 years. I said that's going to
Mhm.
be interesting. He said some people who have been there for more than 20 years and all this kind of thing. I said it'd be very great. But one thing that he said that struck me was he mentioned you. Although he didn't mention you directly, but I got to know it's you when I got in. He said even publishers, there are writers, there are public speakers, they travel around the world. And I said, oh, that would be a great place for me to be because I really want to be a public speaker. That's part of the reason why I joined Maxwell, and that's the reason why I came to Toastmasters as well. So
Okay.
having an opportunity to learn from experienced leaders, is something I take very, very seriously. So that may be, in a nutshell, that's the reason why I started to stay with Wild Rose. Another thing I want to quickly say about what I found about Wild Rose is while I was checking them out, the first time I came to Wild Rose, the person that spoke was an invited guest.
Hmm.
And spoke about communication and all those kind of things. I said, this is very interesting. These people, they look very different from where I'm coming from. And the second time I checked you out that I wanted to come, it was when I saw Dr. Marvin Washington, coming to speak to you. And I just said, oh, is this what they do here? Are they all constantly inviting guest speakers to come and talk here? And I
Hmm.
thought it's going to be a great place to be because you get to meet a lot of people who are leaders and the shakers and the movers of the industry. And of course, it will be evident that the people that are actually in that organization, in that club, there are people that seek knowledge. There are people that really want to impart life. There are people that really want to make changes and influence people. So that is the reason why I stay at the Wide Road.
Wow. Then you just answered some of the questions I was going to ask. I
Okay,
normally
sorry
I
about that.
normally ask in the interview, why did you pick Ralph Rose? But you've already told me that. So
Yeah,
let me ask you a different question then. So
yeah.
even, given that you've been a Toastmaster now almost a year, have you seen what you've learned in Toastmasters and specifically, I guess, what you're learning with us in Wild Rose as something that's beneficial for your career.
Absolutely. I think one thing I just found out about White Rose is that they're very deep in terms of feedback. And I'm learning for the first time while joining Toastmaster. I think it was my last speech when I hear about advanced feedback and regular feedback. I never, like I said, I'm very, very new. I have not taken time to understand some of the nuances in the club.
Yeah.
So getting the feedback from the organization, from members, individually and even from the evaluator himself or herself has really, helped me a great deal in terms of how I actually represent myself,
Mhm.
even while I'm speaking in other clubs as well as speaking in White Rose.
Yeah.
So the leadership examples that I've seen in that club also is actually giving me a little bit more insight and helping me to actually recalibrate myself and say, look, this is how things work around here. And I think you better begin to just adjust yourself to it. And it's really helped me, in terms of my journey so far. It's been very, very short, but then it feels like I've been there for more than a year as well. Given the fact that now I'm joining, I'm joining the executive of the club, which is a privilege, to have the opportunity of serving, within the club. Yeah.
Well, and we're glad that you've joined the executive for next year. I'll still see you as the immediate past president. You know, Ross was president now officially as of midnight last night, but I'm still hanging around to be the support guy. I'm the
Yeah.
cheerleader. I get to be the cheerleader for the executive. But part of what you said was true. I mean, one of the things that we've discovered is one of the strengths of Toastmasters in general, and specifically for Wild Rose, is evaluation. People don't talk about it that much, but it's as important as what we teach people in speaking. And part of that is because the evaluation is itself an instructive thing for speakers. If you speak and you just say, "Hey, that was great, that's wonderful," you don't learn anything. But if you speak and people say, "Well, here's how you could get better. Here's an area where I think you maybe, weren't as strong as you could be." Well, you've heard it, so you know what I'm talking about. But for people watching this may not understand, evaluation is a really supportive tool. And as a Toastmaster, say for example, I'm going to evaluate you, I actually have to listen. I have to actively listen to what you say so I can think about, okay, what did I learn from Samuel? What can I give Samuel as a way to make him stronger as a speaker? What can I give him in terms of feedback to say, when you said this, I wasn't quite sure how that came across. So maybe there's a better way to say it, those kinds of things. And that's, I think, where we in Wild Rose are really good in terms of giving more constructive feedback than a normal Toastmaster club. And since I don't go to too many normal Toastmaster clubs, I'm assuming that's true because that's what people tell me. But the other thing is we have a lot of people in our club who have taken on leadership. I mean, you take a look, you've got Neil Wilkinson, past international president. You've got Ken and Carol, past international directors. Myself as a past region advisor. We've got Peter Koswan as the guy who started more Toastmaster clubs than anybody in the world, literally, and who's also a past district governor or district director. Rebecca is now past district governor as of midnight last night, and Von Erich. Cheryl is just now moving into being program quality director. Glenn was a past district director. There's a lot of people with experience in leadership within the club as well. So it gives you a chance to rub shoulders with people who have actually taken leadership and see where you can learn from them. Just like I have in the last, I guess it's been 25 years. I moved to Alberta in 2000. So I guess I've been a member of Wild Rose since 2000. So it's given me a chance to learn alongside some of those same people. And it's made me stronger as a leader. And this last year as president gave me a chance to refine those skills just a little.
No, absolutely. I
Even though
think
you've
that's
done it
another.
before, you forget. You forget.
Yes, absolutely. Apparently, when I came and I saw almost everybody is a detail, I just said, look, this place,
Yeah.
It's a different place altogether. And
Well,
unlike some other clubs where you have, you will not get more than a DTM sometimes, you know, and you find out that everybody is a DTM. Everybody has actually taken one role on 100. As many
yeah.
people are already, just like what you just said. And I just thought it was very intimidating initially, but I just felt like if you really want to learn, you got to challenge yourself. And this is where to challenge yourself.
Well, and I think the thing is, it gives you a chance to see people like Neil, who started off like you and me, who went on to be the international president. He's a regular guy. You've seen him at the club. He's here to help. He's here to do what he needs to do and help us. And we say, Neil, could you do this? Yeah, well, I'll do it. And that's the nice thing about it is you see some of these past leaders aren't just sitting back and saying, well, hey, I did everything. I don't want to do anymore. They're still active. They're still involved. They're still giving. I mean, Peter is just turning 95, so he's not doing as much now, but he's still showing up. He still, this last year, made every single meeting. He made 12 meetings this year, 100% attendance at 94 years old. He's turning 95 this month. That to me is an example.
No,
Uh,
I think Peter is very, very inspiring. His level of commitment and participation. I was personally blown away when I see him, take the role of timers and reporting back and all those kind of things. And at the same time, see gets actively involved in everybody. I mean, it's very inspiring. It's very inspiring.
well,
It's a place to be to actually learn from a lot of leaders
I
like
just
him.
I just hope should I last that long, I'm as active as he is when I get to that age. I mean, there's no guarantee, as you know, things change. But should I live that long, I'd like to be in Toastmasters that long and take it from there. But I want to thank you again for taking some time today just to chat with us. Just so people know, today is actually Canada Day when we're recording this. So happy Canada Day whenever you're watching this, and be proud to be Canadian, whatever time of the year it is. And before I close off, I'm going to give you a chance, Samuel, to share something with somebody who maybe is watching this as to why they would want to come and visit Toastmasters and Wild Rose specifically, and why they might want to join us.
Uh, One important thing that I mean, people have different objectives for coming to Toastmaster, and we all come for communication and leadership. And beyond that, for me, joining, it's not just about just leading and communicating. It's about what I want to use the leadership and communication to do in my life. Having an environment where you can actually get a lot of support from people who are leaders already, who they are past leaders, they are they have gone through the entire rope, and I think it's a good environment to be. So what I would say to anybody I want to join is that if you are looking to have a good mentor, people who you can actually learn from, it has to be white heroes. I know that there is a requirement of having completed a particular level in Toastmaster before joining, but obviously, if it's not working out for you in wherever you are, it doesn't matter even if you have another club coming over here, you learn from people who are using the skill they have gained in Toastmaster to actually change their life. I've someone like you, Bob, that you have been speaking all around the world. And I think it's something I really want to do at some point. And there are many people that actually, in Toastmaster just want to just be confident a little bit. But then,
Yeah.
you want to see how you can actually take your confidence level to another level in terms of how you can actually begin to generate revenue. I like to generate revenue. But I believe strongly that when people come here, they get a lot of support and they can learn it from a lot of leaders. And they get a very good feedback from people. People here, they are very accommodating, very friendly. That's another thing I see. Every single time I come around, there is a warm welcome. And I see everybody almost being friends. I don't know if you guys have known each other for a very long time, but, the kind of a reception I got when I joined
Well,
is actually very,
some of us for shorter time, some of us for 25 years or 30
eh,
years. You know,
I can't believe that is actually evident. So that's what I'm going to say to anyone that's actually coming. It's a place where you can learn from a lot of people. It's a place where you can actually see how you can actually take your Toastmaster to the different level. It's a place where where you can actually make new friends and people who can actually be your go-to person. I'm glad that you open your door to me and say, okay, I can reach out to anybody, I can reach out to you, and I can reach out to any one of them. And I think anyone that's coming in can actually, get that same advantage if they join. So that's all I'm going to say. But at the end of the day, it's when you join and you see what's actually going on that you get to get a better understanding that it's more than what I've just shared here, but it all depends on the individual.
All right. Well, thank you, Samuel, for being our guest, and hopefully people will see this in the future and go, "Hey, I want to meet this guy." So for those of you watching, Wild Rose, other than 1 or 2 months of the year, like before Christmas and the last meeting in June, we meet the fourth Thursday of the month, and you can go to wildrosetm.org, or I think it's .org. If it isn't, it's .com, and check it out on the website. So again, we hope to look forward to seeing you at one of our meetings. And again, Samuel, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for inviting me, Bob. I really appreciate it.